Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Xur's inventory, location, random rolls, and my recommendations for December 11th, 2020. You can be found in his regular location in the tower, so just make your way into this hangar section, and in the top left section of the hangar you can find the Xur right here on this little scaffolding. This is a high overview of his inventory in case this is all you cared about. Starting up with the weapon today, we have the Trinity Ghoul, a weapon that came out in Forsaken that, I gotta be honest, nobody really thought was going to be a great weapon, and it really isn't that great of a weapon. I would say on top of that, it also has not really that great of an armament. If you've never heard of the weapon before, it's got two main perks here. I thought that said erection. It says split electron. Split electron fires an arrow that splits when released and aiming down sights while fully drawn decreases the spread. Basically fires all in one little point, just like a regular bow when you aim down sights and pull it back. The other one is going to be Lightning Rod. This is the good perk here. Precision kills grant the next shot chain lightning capabilities. So if you were to get a headshot on an enemy, the next shot would basically kill all of the regular low health adds with the next single shot, which was the best part about it. Now here's where the catalyst comes in play. Lightning Rod now triggers on any arc damage final blow, so you don't have to get a headshot. And from what I remember, it also counts all of the exploding Lightning Rod chaining capabilities as a Lightning Rod trigger as well. So after you get your first kill, every shot after that, if you keep getting kills, will have that lightning rod effect, which is extremely powerful. But more than that, it's a lot of fun. However, with all of that, I still don't think it's going to be a top tier weapon because there's so many exotic specials and heavies I'd rather use, but it's definitely a lot of fun. I'd recommend it if you just want to have some fun. And also it has near perfect accuracy, which is very important for bows, especially if you want to get long range picking. Moving on to the Hunter exotic today, we have the Gwynson Vest. If you've never heard of it, each Spectral Blades kill you make before going into stealth, i.e. using your heavy attack, will restore more of your super energy. So as you're using the super, you can extend its duration by going for those light attack kills and then finishing with either a heavy attack to kill or just heavy attack afterwards to go invisible, which usually when you're invisible, your super doesn't run out as much. So if you're using the super properly, this thing will make it better. This particular super used to be absolutely crazy, and it currently is still really good. The problem being is it really doesn't change the number of kills you get in a match by maybe 1 or 2, and that's not really that significant, where you could pick another exotic that would change your neutral game. When it comes to the rolls, you'd like to definitely see a lot of intellect, recovery, and mobility, and that is exactly what it has. I would highly recommend this roll. It also has a lot of strength, which is useful for the smoke bombs. Okay, so this is the perfect roll for this exotic. Even though it only has a 62, you're gonna get so much more out of it because you're not wasting points in anything you don't want it to. Wow, that is a very, very powerful roll. Moving on to the Titan exotic today, we have the Armorarium. Fun fact, Armorarium is apparently a real word, because I typed it in my Google Docs and it didn't correct me. If you've never heard of it before, you gain an additional grenade charge. Now generally, I'm not really that big of a fan of an additional charge of whatever, however, I've started to use them a lot more, including Armorarium for stasis, because I don't really have anything else I want to use on stasis other than getting more grenades. I use Six Coyote for the hunter, dodging, going invisible, Ahamkara for more celestial fire, so there definitely is uses for this. The biggest use is going to be that overflow charging. While you have your grenade up, you're not going to be using it immediately, so you have a bit of extra time that could be going into the next grenade. And that is the biggest advantage of this, is that you get that extra overflow charging. But if you're using your grenades a lot, I would highly recommend picking another exotic that will give you more benefit. For example, if you're using Solar, Hallowfire Heart in general gives you a 2 times speed on your grenade and your melee, which melee is going to be a great thing, and then 4 times with your super. So you gotta pick your battles on what you want. As far as the roll goes, holy goddamn, that's a lot of resilience. If you're looking for something for anti-stasis in the Crucible, this is gonna be your pick. A high amount of resilience, nearly 30 resilience just by itself is a really high amount of resilience. Obviously, you'd like to see a lot of discipline with this particular exotic because you really want more grenade recharge rate, but you could handle that with another exotic. And finally, if you're going to be using a Stasis Titan, most likely mobility doesn't really matter to you because you have that insane slide, you have that insane melee, you have a really fast super, so mobility doesn't matter. So overall, I'd say it's a pretty good roll if you want to use a Titan with Stasis in the Crucible. And finally, for the Warlike exotic today, we have Vortex of Radius, which I think it looks so much better with the ornament. I think it's so cool. If you've never heard of it before, Rifts release an arc shockwave when cast, not really that important, and Rift energy recharges faster when you're surrounded by enemies. And surrounded counts as 2 or more in Crucible, or 3 and more in PvE. Back in the day, we used to use this particular exotic to have an empowering Rift for every single one of Callus plates, allowing you to get your Rift every, like, what, 10-15 seconds, which is really strong. That being said, these days we're more of a well or a bubble in our damage phase, so getting more Rifts is not always the best thing, but it's a big positive and it's universal. As far as the roll goes, off the bat, I might say that you'd need a lot of recovery, considering it's a Warlock. Getting your Rift back is the entire purpose of it, but the surrounded bonus is so fast, I imagine that recovery doesn't really even matter. Honestly, the stats on this one are going to be up to you, whatever you need. But I would say that recovery is just generally really nice. So overall, this roll is not really that great, and I wouldn't recommend this roll particularly. Outside of that, make sure you're picking up your exotic Cypher quests, which apparently I've finished, so I guess I can, you know, get another one, and then I get this one from the reward, and then I get to spend more on the exotic Engrams. If you did not know, all you have to do is just do 21 Crucible, Strike, or Gambit stuff. Higher level difficulty stuff gives you more return, and you can get an exotic Cypher every week, and I think on every character, if you still need to get a bunch of exotic Engrams, or if you need to get some of the stuff from the exotic archive, you have that ability. And just as a note that I say every single week, every single exotic engram that you ever get to drop, including these, will drop with a high stat roll and guarantee you an exotic that you do not have or have never received. And if you have all of the exotics, you'll just get more high stat rolls. Where did they go? Is it this one? Yeah, okay. What does this one look like? Ooh, mobility. Ooh, okay. That's actually a nice roll on that. What do I have on? Oh, yeah. Yeah. 2 incredible rolls. One, just a little bit more than the other. Anyways, that is going to be the end of the video. Let me know in the comments down below if any questions, concerns, something I missed, or if you just wanted to say, hey, I like hippos. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that's going to be the end of it. Make sure you come check out my live stream that I have right after these Xur videos, having a special guest today. So come check that out, as well as all the other times on screen right now, playing some twitch.tv games, Destiny 2, Open Lobby, and all that whatnot. But yeah, that's going to be the end of it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name's been Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.